Hi, this is Stieg Strand with Remax Results. I'm making this video for a few different reasons, but the biggest one is I wanted to share with you simple tips, the top two tips of how homeowners can really start the process of improving their home for eventual sale, whether that's 2 or 3 months from now, 2 or 3 weeks from now, or 2 or 3 or 4 years from now. And because it is a process, it's a process that is important. So before I do that, I want to share a little story with you, and that's very simply this. I was teaching pre-licensing to real estate agents or to people that wanted to become real estate agents for about 15 years. I was doing it a few days a month for a long time. And one of the questions that they invariably asked me was, do you think I'm going to be successful in real estate? And is real estate as fun as it looks? Things like that. And I would be like, yes, it is. It's really fun. And I would usually say a couple of things. Number one, I'd say you do need to study, but if you study, you can possibly do good in real estate. And then I'd smile. And then I would say, it's hard to answer the question. And the answer to the question is something that I don't know yet because you don't know yet, because you don't know what kind of what your career holds. One of the reasons why there's a lot of turnover in real estate and very few agents make it, a living is because it is such a wild card. You don't really know, and you don't know what you don't know. So you don't know how many clients you're going to have. You don't know how much your expenses are going to be. You don't know that your kids are going to need root canals and braces. And a lot of these things are extraneous to real estate and they don't seem like they matter, but you don't know what you don't know yet. And so once you figure that out and how real estate fits into your life, it's a lot easier. So anyway, the reason I tell you that story is because it's applicable to the home prep that people do, whether it's, like I said, a couple weeks, a couple months, or a couple years in advance. The two things that I like to recommend, one of them is from my stager organizer, Ashley, and she owns Halo Home Interiors in Chaska. And she brings a tote to her first consult, which, by the way, I pay for when you hire me. But and she'll bring in a tote and she'll bring in a marker and a Sharpie and she'll basically say, okay, let's mark this stuff and we're going to figure out where it goes. And she kind of gives them a pattern of how to go through stuff and where is this stuff? Well, it's anywhere: a closet, a storage room, downstairs, in a could be anywhere. It's stuff that you haven't gone through for a while. It's the stuff that you maybe even forgot you had. And so the reason that's important, by the way, is that when you're physically putting and physically touching and putting it into a tote, now you're saying to yourself, I am going to take this tote and bring it to another location to put it away where I'm not going to touch it again for another 5, 10, or 27 years. And so do you see the power of that? Is I now know what I'm going to be bringing. Therefore, I now realize that I want to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. And so that helps a lot. Or there's another one. Well, it's an and this is from my when I first started in real estate in 1996. My manager Sandy Carlson taught me this one, and it's a really good one. And that is recommend to the homeowners at any stage is get a bucket of warm water, a little bit of vinegar, and wash down the walls, all the interior walls, and all the interior cabinetry, and all the interior trim, and and uh, and just as you're doing that, you will evaluate the condition of the scuffs and the marks and you're informing yourself to the level of need that the home may have or may not have in that condition, because most people want to go into a home where there's less work. Now we could discuss, what does less work mean, and kind of how much of that. But here's the point: until you figure out what you don't know, it really doesn't matter. In other words, you got to figure it out, and then you can kind of set a course of action. So there you have it. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.